Etalus versus Wrastor. Alright, so let's hop into game one.
It's that slipstream to start off, but he doesn't actually throw it right at Menace. Wrastors have been a lot more aware that people have been parrying that side special a lot, that slipstream, and so they just throw it either behind them or they jump up and throw them to get those double jump.
Yeah, on this stage, I actually really prefer slipstream where he placed it. That's pretty much where I like to place it now. It's Wrastor too. Mostly because if you get one hit, then you'll be able to use it in the air for your air combos, and also you can use it to dash attack off of the side platforms and really surprise your opponents with the distance that you get.
Oh my gosh, it is actually fairly even. He's gonna hold that.
Nice. That was a really long charge. It looked like he baited out one parry. And there we saw Vector go for the down chunk. Looks like he just went out a little too far, which is you don't really see that often because a lot of times you only have to go out far enough to intercept them since you know they want to get back on stage. There we saw Menace doing what a lot of Etalus players will do now against, you know, a character with a spike, which is recover up against the wall so you can react and tech immediately.
Very good ups tilt.
Oh,
he's going to be able
nice.
to get him off stage or off top blast zone right there.
That was definitely a bit of a read too, because he knew that Menace was going to charge it there, so he had to input the neutral special early. But once he had started it, he was able to follow him off the top.
Wasn't going to get much off of that top hit dare, but he put Menace. He put Menace in a bad situation that Menace was able to come back from, and that's a bad situation as well. He slipped off.
Flub. Yeah, just a wave dash off, and looked like he fast fell immediately.
Yeah, Menace is a crazy good player that we saw last week in RCS. I shouted him out already, but he is a really good Etalus that took me by complete surprise.
Yeah, we haven't been seeing too many Etalus players in RCS too. I don't think Arcanine has entered one yet, so Risky's been doing well. So it looks like him and Menace have been our Etalus representation, and they've been showing off that even as a heavy with a big hurt box, he can still, you know, do really well if you come in with a good game plan.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice forward air. And KO's him off the side.
Yeah,
that shows you just how light Wrastor is too. KOing him basically all the way across the stage with a forward air. Although Vector was at around 120%, so that will.
Vector is such an accomplished player, and seeing his Wrastor get thwarted kind of by this new player on the block, it's almost inspiring to me.
Yeah.
Really good stuff by Menace.
Yeah, definitely. He played well against the bird. Let's see how he does in game 2.
I'm wearing that new holiday skin that we actually didn't get for Etalus the last year.
Yeah, this is so Crag used to be the gray pumpkin, and now Etalus is the greater pumpkin.
The heavier pumpkin.
That was interesting by Vector there. I really like his patience to see he was going to react to see how Menace was going to recover, but he ended up, you know, not getting anything in, not putting himself in a bad situation, making it like, you know, a missed edge guard, but just kind of letting him get back on stage and reacting after that.
And we see Vector doing a lot more spacey stuff now than the last match. He's definitely playing it a little bit more safe, and it's paying off for the most part. He's going to lose the stock here, but at 48%, I think he could turn this back, and he's still putting Menace in a wheel of hurt.
Yeah, he's playing mixing up his approaches a bit more, and then his combos so far this game have been really nice. Just making sure that every single hit leads to at least one or two more.
A little bit of some circle camping going on, just whiffing everything, and we finally get a nair going on, and a spike, and another spike, another.
Wow. So yeah, Vector definitely, you know, reacting and realizing where he was. But Menace did exactly what he has to do. You have to stay by that wall, and you have to tech every time you can. Sometimes it's just, you know, in vain, because if the other player is ready. Wow, nice use of so the down special now has that little knock-up hitbox, which can lead into some nice combos if you time it.
Especially when you have a platform.
Oh.
God, oh man.
It looks like he caught him crouching there, as you saw, so that's why his DI was DIing down and then getting hit by Wrastor's up tilt. I don't think he expected him to up tilt in that situation, so catches him DIing down and then boom, off the level.
Yeah, but Menace still has a game under his belt, so this is going to be the last one for the both of them. Both of them have been playing really, really well. Both of them have been getting some good plays off of each other, especially like the jackhammer that Vector5 got in that last game, and Menace just taking that first game kind of almost in a landslide.
Yeah, it was really close. So game 3 is going to be pretty interesting, honestly. Definitely seems like it could go either way right now. We'll get to see the veteran Vector versus our new face Menace.
He is quite the menace already, which I'm really, really proud of. I love seeing new players just blossom like this. You've been in the scene for a while. I mean, since game development. So, I mean, you've seen all these players grow up. How does that make you feel?
I think it's pretty interesting to see just like kind of the new players' stories. Like a lot of our top players, even now still, but especially at the beginning, we're all coming from different Smash games. Ralph is an amazing melee player. LZ is one of the best, if not the best PM player when Rivals came out. So a lot of them were able to kind of bring their game knowledge over. It was cool to see a lot of top players come in who didn't really have that Smash experience. I remember Turquoise coming in, and Rivals was like the first kind of Smash game that he played seriously. So it's just kind of neat to see how people had different ways that they came across Rivals and got into it. And now we're seeing a lot of players who are just have Rivals experience. Like a lot of our top 8 are all amazing at Rivals, so it's interesting to see how new players are going to kind of break into that mold. We're not quite at that level of Melee where it feels almost impossible for there to be like, you know, a new god or anything, but we're definitely established in the sense that it is surprising now when a player like Menace or someone we haven't heard of takes out a player like right here we're seeing now against Vector. So it'll be cool to see, you know, new players kind of get those storylines. And during that, Vector just 3-stocked Menace just